Hey everybody, my name is Quicken and this is my room slash office slash guest room slash ruckus room? What do people call it? Ruckus room? Rump?
I don't know.
Rump room.
I think it's ruckus room.
This is my dojo. So this is my office space. So you're probably familiar with this space from the background of my videos and different stylings. I've restyled this room, I believe, once or twice on my YouTube channel. And for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be completely transforming this space. So I wanted to take you on a tour of what this room looks like, what you don't see, and kind of like what doesn't work for this room. So when you walk into this room, I have this area over here that is kind of just like a place where I have clothes and everything like that. Right here is my desk space where I edit. You can see that there's just like a lot of clutter, a lot of cosmetics, different things going on, camera lighting. I upgraded to a bigger computer system this year, so a big, huge computer versus the small laptop I used to edit on. So this desk is just like at capacity. Storage is a bigger issue that I have, as you can see. Like all of these things are just either like bits for a video or different clothing pieces, makeup, hair products, cosmetics.
Sorry.
You know, like filming equipment, the Inked magazine I'm in. You know, just like things that don't all necessarily have a place to be. I did recently get this cabinet that has flea medicine on it, so some storage solutions are in place, but you know, there's also like kind of just a little bit of a flow issue as well. So over here is our guest bed. This was the bed from my apartment, and I love this bed, but we actually don't host that many guests, and we also have a pull-out sofa downstairs. I do like having like a place where our guests could stay and like close the door if they don't want to be with the cats, who already make themselves at home in here. But because we host not as often as I would like, having this big bed that takes up such a majority of this space is kind of like a problem. I've had this bed in different orientations in the space, and this has kind of been the best way for me to like film, and I also have storage underneath of here. For the most part, it's just like odds and ends and different like mementos, like a doodle pad, different things like that. So I think some of this stuff is also junk and could be sorted. I've moved like 2 times in the last 3 years, so I think there's also just some stuff that I need to personally go through. And here are my books. These are nice. This storage system though has been in my life for over 10 years, so I wouldn't mind the upgrade. And obviously there's a lot of overflow because like aesthetics and practicality like don't work in here. So that's why I have joined up with the Sorry Girls to completely transform this space. I'm super excited. Not only am I a longtime fan of the Sorry Girls, and John can contest to that, we came up with an idea where they would create a blueprint for this space, and John and I would follow it the best as we could. Him as a carpenter and me as a good follower of directions. I think that we can completely transform this space, so I'm super excited to get the details from the Sorry Girls and get moving on this space. So all of this is actually happening really, really fast. I just had a meeting with the Sorry Girls. I just had a phone call with the Sorry Girls like yesterday. And in order to create a budget for this space, we're actually selling this bed. So someone has already bought the bed from us last night. So all of this is happening really fast. This is actually kind of staged. I actually just washed all these sheets and remade the bed really quick because I had not had a room tour. So this is actually kind of just faked for a second, but everything's happening super fast. So the budget that the Sorry Girls initially quoted us is around $800, but they know us and we are pretty thrifty people. John is super handy. I love thrifting and I believe that I'm a thrifty person. So we're going to try to make that budget as small as possible as we move on through this room transformation. We sold the bed, the mattress, and the rug for $300. So that's already taken a huge chunk out of our budget for the room renovation, which is super awesome. I think the less we can spend and the more thrifty we could be, the happier I'll be. So it's all happening really fast, but John and I are going to pack up the bed and we're actually going to be delivering it now. Like 20 minutes ago we said we'd be there. So I'm super excited. I'm going to vacuum this thing and I guess lint roll it and pack it up and stay tuned. Today is not the day I learn how to fold a fitted sheet. We hit a delay.
So while we were driving to drop off the bed, this guy flagged us down and apparently he had driven into a pile of wet concrete. So we pulled over literally with the bed in the back of our truck and pulled him out of the concrete. Okay.
Yeah!
The two step stools I've actually found are just like a part of people's displays, so they're not really for sale. This one's really cool, but a bit big for the room for sure. But this is mostly a junk flea market, so kind of hard to find stuff.
So we tried to haggle the rug guy down. First we said 40 and he said no, and then we said 50 and he said no, but 65 is too expensive. It's kind of just like the rug is worth a lot to him because it's like handmade, but to us we're just looking for a rug. So I get the price, but for us it's just not worth it, which like you run into in flea markets. People are like, oh, this vase is priceless, and you're like, I just want a blue vase.
I thought it was one of those things where maybe he would realize that it might still just be too early, but I was going to say, like,
I mean,
if I gave him that price, he wouldn't have to take it home at the end of the day, but I think it's still too early for that kind of...
Yeah, and the rug had like dog hair, and John said it was sun bleach, like it used to be in a window or something, but he just said that he couldn't give it up for less than 65, and he was coming down from 75.
But he just didn't want to lose money on it.
Yeah.
Which I get, but...
The rug was just a little too small for what we were looking for. Perfect color, a little too small, and it had no grip at the bottom because it was handmade, so we would have had to have bought a rug grip anyway. So it becomes a thing where buying it new is the same price, and why wouldn't you want it new?
What you got there? What that rug do?
Rug?
So it says 15% off over here. The almost so long on me. It's not exactly it, but it's pretty close without ordering it online. And John has some coupons.
So we are currently in the IKEA.
on a Saturday. There goes my marriage. JK. So I am so excited to start picking things out, and there's just this little showroom area over here that is so cool. I want this. Sorry girls. I want this rug. Where's
B2. Wait, 8.
John and I are shopping in IKEA, and they want you to like use everything digital now. So we've been writing everything on a scrap piece of paper. They don't have like rulers or anymore.
Do you think the white one's gonna be next to the black one?
Yeah, I think they come together. Well, yeah, we need this stool, but
In white. That's aisle 28 and 29.
in the plant section. Come here, John.
There's no fixed wheels on this. I can move in every dimension.
I want to buy this, but it has to be a planter pot that is raised to sit above the ground. So I'm thinking of asking the Sorry Girls how to make this like a raised planter. But first we have to buy the plant that will go into it. So we'll make sure that that's a thing.
You got that round ass pot at the crib?
Bye!
Wow, I'm getting there. And
I didn't...
I saw him turn his head and like you can't wait to figure out for a second. So where we could post to it at the same time.
I think we could.
I don't think we have enough space.
No, we totally do. Like. Oh my god. Why? You look so cute. Hey everyone, so I am kind of wrapping up, I feel like, on the room renovation. And by wrapping up, I mean now everything has to happen. All of the furniture needed except for the desktop, I believe, has been purchased. How am I out of breath? Now I just need to assemble some furniture, and I got the couch in the mail. So today I really just want to assemble that and put it into place and declutter the room, get rid of some non-essential stuff, move things around so they're in better places. I have a ton of like camera, lighting, storage bags, and like, to be honest, my setup doesn't really move, but I don't want to throw them out, so they can go in the basement. Everything else in here is kind of just like clothes, and unfortunately the desk that I edit at. So I want to get everything done kind of quickly, so my like editing setup isn't offline for a super long time, but I have to look back at the plans that the Sorry Girls made, but I think the couch goes on this wall, and then the hutch will go on this wall where the computer is. So I think for the meantime, I will just move the computer to the back wall where it will eventually live, but things are getting to the point where
I've done the most I can, and now I need help from the sorry girls. So today my mission is to declutter, assemble the couch, drink coffee, Born This Way 8-year anniversary, spend time with my cats. I want to like have my friends come over and help me, but I also like rarely have the house to myself for the weekend, and I'm like, I kind of want to like have that. But build my couch. Please build my couch. It's already 1 o'clock. So let's get to it. Okay, it's super duper hot in here, but I have kind of roughed everything into their space, and because the plan offers a ton of storage, right now I'm kind of just like shifting around these couple of like junk boxes until I figure things out. But roughed the desk in, roughed the wire trays in, and now I'm gonna have enough room to build the couch and lay down the carpet, which has also like been taking up a little bit of space. And last week it fell, and it fell so hard that my computer shut off. So let's lay down the rug so there's no more lost videos or rug in the way. It's so hot in here. These windows don't have screens, so they're open a crack so Olive doesn't jump out, which has almost happened already. You live and you learn. Hey everybody, welcome back to Room Transformation. It is Memorial Day here in the States, which means John has off and he's back home. You may remembered from the last time you saw me one clip ago, I had the house to myself and built this futon. Now I'm stuck with the futon box, but more importantly, I ran up the stairs. More importantly, a little bit of clutter. So the Sorry Girls have been really great about making a ton of, oh my god. There's a lot of storage options in here now, from the storage cabinets, my hutch, and now there will be 2 giant shelves for the storage, so I can utilize this space as well as some of the clutter can go on the shelves, as well as some knickknacks, because I am a pretty big collector, and that was something I told them. And I also have some framed bits. This frame can't go on the wall. I cracked it, but it's still fine, you know what I mean? So, because these shelves are very, very large, John is gonna come help me because I believe we probably need a special drill bit to drill into this side of the wall, which I believe is just the brick. This in the middle of the wall, or just not really? Looks like it's over. Wait. Oh, that's the window. So John figured out a pretty clever way to figure out the distance between the shelves, which I didn't think would be so important, but it's turning out that figuring out like a harmony between these is pretty crucial. So
it's just like we have a drawing or a picture they sent us, and in the picture it kind of looks like there's two shelves, like bottom and bottom, and it looks like, just looking at it, that the height of the actual piece of furniture is the height, or is the distance between the top of this and the first shelf.
yeah.
And that was 16 inches, and that's just that we ended up being right here, and that I think is too low.
I agree.
And just from work, when you put a stove in, you usually do like 30 inches of clearance above the stove for the range hood, and that's just so when you're leaning in you don't hit your head, and it's like a good just distance to have. And that was right here, and we were trying to figure out, once we had just some rough ideas of where to put it, like we marked out the 16, marked out the 30, and I was like, why don't we just put in a medium? So I put in one at 2 foot, and then it's just all trial and error and just guessing, just trying to find something that looks okay. So no real rhyme or reason behind this. I was like, all right, 24 is a medium, like somewhere in between. It's just my center. These are a pretty idiot-proof wall anchor. So I have all my holes laid out, and you pretty much just screw these into the wall and then you drive screws into them. It says on the box that each one of these should hold 40 pounds. So I feel pretty confident in their ability to hold up this 2-pound shelf. I'm just putting them in this pattern because I don't need to use every single one.
Repeat yourself. How much do you think that weighs?
30 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm really fucked up.
All this dirty.
By 12s, and they are 12. I need 2 by 12 10s. 2 by 12 is 6. Well, it doesn't actually matter what it says in the comments there. These are 10s. also a spot on my tool belt that's really covered in wood glue.
So I think the final step, other than just like tidying up, is building this, which used to be just like storage and stuff, building this into an area where I can keep camera equipment. So Kelsey has drawn me this design, so I'm going to try to copy this in with these wire crates. So lucky for me, I found some like curbside like trash night.
For one of the last bits of the room, we needed wire shelves, and I had counted out like how many pieces I needed for the Sorry Girls, and they were like, oh, and I was like, well, if I need to buy more, I'll get them from Target. It's trash night, and look what I just found. And they have the things. Let's go. Oh, there's so many of them. We could put them in the basement. All right, John, grab a hand. Oh my God, they're heavy. Maybe we can get the trolley.
I found a ton of extra crates, so we were worried that we wouldn't have enough, but like just in time I found a ton. So I'm going to try to create something that holds my lighting, my sound equipment, and you know, just like miscellaneous wires and stuff like that. And now that I have shelves, I can put all my books that were here on the shelves.